Let's quickly talk about trend lines, Vindi. Let's start by this. We have trend plus line. Okay. No trend have to do with this. The direction. Trend have to do with the direction. If there's a trend of doing this, that's where people are actually heading, or where people they are heading towards this particular trend. It have to do with direction, but not direction in a sense of where you are going, walking to, but where is the majority heading. So if the majority are going up, this is what is going to show us, because everyone is going there, the bias particularly. The majority are heading down there. So that's how I can actually define trend. It have to do with direction. But what about the line? Okay. So if we talk about the line, mathematically speaking, you are looking at something. Let's say you have an equation of that nature. Okay. X2 minus x1. Okay. You only need 2 points in this guy. Maybe point A, which is x1, y1. This doesn't matter. You don't have to know this. This is just something that you should have done at school, or if you're still in school, something that you're doing at school. Okay. And then y2. Then now that you're given these 2 points, you can be able to define a line, you can be able to get this gradient. Okay. The gradient is just the change in y over change in x. Nothing hectic. You can still use this gradient to get the angle. The angle is nothing, but it tells you how strong your trend is. Remember, trend have to do with the direction, as I've explained. Okay. So the gradient is just giving us that angle between the x-axis or the y-axis, depending on how you're looking. How strong is this trend? That's what the gradient does. Right? So that's how we define a trend line. You only need 2 points to do that. But there should be a direction in which price is heading. You cannot use a trend line when price is moving sideways. Okay. It should be either going up or going down. The majority should be heading in one direction. In the case of a sideways move, there's just a balance there. Buyers and sellers are just balanced, hence price is moving sideways. So that's what you need to know about the trend line. So in order to draw it correctly, you need to use 2 points nicely, your lows or your highs. Okay, I've seen a lot of people, including people who teach other people, drawing trend lines that crosses price. But if you just do this just because you want your chart to look good, that is wrong. That's not how you define a line. Line, you need 2 points. Okay, so you can choose any point of your choice. So this is a trend line. Okay, so if you decide to take this point and that point, that's another trend line. If you decide maybe to take this point and that point, that was a trend line somewhere in space. Okay. So for those who are my private students, they know how to actually identify those particular points. Or if I have taught you before, you should be able to know those things. But that's the basic ways for you to look for turning points, or where price have turned, and then connect those particular lines. That's just the basics of trend lines. So you could be looking at these 3 trend lines. They're all valid because we've used that point and that point to define them, which is the mathematical way of representing a trend line. So nothing hectic, nothing special. That's just the basics of how you do things. Should you have any questions, do not hesitate to text me. Do not hesitate to yeah, share the video or subscribe, like, whatever that you do. Do subscribe, guys. Do subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next stuff that I post. Okay. Otherwise, sharp.